Let's talk about something that way too many people confuse in relationships. Privacy versus secrecy, because they're not the same thing. But when trust is shaky or insecurities are bubbling up to the surface, it's really easy to confuse them. Privacy is really about personal space. It's about boundaries, autonomy. It's that sacred bubble that keeps you a full human being in a relationship, right? Not a half of one, your own person. Privacy is when you decide not to share every single detail of your past because maybe it's not relevant. Maybe it's just personal. Maybe you're not ready. That's valid. Example, not telling your partner how many people you've slept with, that is privacy. That is yours to hold unless you want to share it. But what your partner does have a right to know, if you've been tested, if you have an STI, right? That's not a want to know, that is a need to know. So not disclosing that is secrecy. That is withholding something that directly affects your partner's, health and trust. And that is a problem. So ask yourself why the info is not being shared. If it's because it's not relevant or it's not your business or doesn't feel safe to share yet, that's privacy. But if you're hiding something to avoid a reaction, to dodge accountability, to manipulate how you're perceived, that's secrecy. Secrecy is a trust killer. And a lot of people label everything as secrecy because they don't believe their partner has a right to privacy. And that's true, it's insecurity in disguise, and they feel entitled to everything. Every phone call, every text, every X, every thought. But that, backfires. The more you demand full access, the more likely you are to drive someone into secrecy. You're creating surveillance, and nobody thrives that way. Nobody thrives under a microscope. So, also, if your partner is super evasive or shady about stuff, they're texting at midnight, they're hiding their phone like it's the crown jewels, that could be secrecy, right? So before you go full detective, ask yourself, is this about them? Is it about my own fears? What am I trying to solve by knowing that one piece of information? Will it soothe an insecurity? Will it just give me one more thing to spiral over? Important questions. Bottom line, privacy respects you, secrecy protects them from the consequences of the truth. So, next time you're in a gray area, ask yourself, am I protecting my autonomy or am I hiding something because of my partner's reaction? On the flip side, am I honoring my partner's boundaries or trying to control them? Let me know where you draw that line. Is it in text? Is it in their past, medical stuff? Do you feel like you need to know every single partner your partner's ever had? Is that something you struggle with? Let me know in the comments.